So, what are the topics we have already covered in the Python? In the last two lectures, I just want to brief these topics. And once again, this is Anis Alam with you all, and we are learning the Python. Okay. So one second, this is the list which we have covered. Introduction part is over, how to download and pass setting, installation, checking version. Python is an object-oriented programming language. So with the help of classes, we can create the programs, or without classes, we can also create the program, no problem. This is no restriction with the Python. We have already seen IDLE, but we have not seen IDE. IDLE is Integrated Development Learning Environment, which is basically provided by the side of Python. When we install the Python, one IDLE is already provided by the side of Python. But IDE is an external software like PyCharm, Atom, Jupyter, etc. These are the additional external IDE. We will start work in the IDE also, but after some time. Python is a dynamic programming language. What is the reason behind it? Without declaring any variable with data type, we can use the variable. Whenever the value will be stored inside the variable, it will automatically set the data type. Interactive mode we have already seen. Script mode we have not seen still. But today most probably we will touch the script mode. Inbuilt function to start the Pythons are, we have seen the two inbuilt functions. Number one, print, and number two, type. Print is used to print anything on the screen, and type is used to find the data type of any variable. All right. And one thing more, comments. There are two types of comments, multi-line comments and the single line comments. That we will see in the programming part. Math module we have seen. Math module provides some mathematical functions for conducting the mathematical task. What are the various ways to use the math module? We have already covered. What are the identifier and the keywords? We have already seen. Now, in today's lecture, I just want to start with the operator. In each and every language, there is a provision of operator. And the Python, there are the certain categories of operator. Number one category of the operator is mathematical operator or Python arithmetic operator. So what are the Python arithmetic operators? Just one second. Number one, plus. This is called addition operator. Minus, subtraction, multiply, divide, and this is called floor division. What is the difference between division and floor division? We will see. After that, this is called exponential operator. And one more operator is there. This is called the modulus operator. So modulus operator is used to provide the remainder. Exponential operator is used for power calculation. And divide operator is used for division. And double slash is used for floor division. What is the difference between division and floor division? We will see. These are all the operators we will cover in the 5 minutes. Just 1 minute. 5 minutes we will cover all these operators. Yes. Today we will see how to write the comments. Today we will see. Definitely today we will see. Okay. How to write the comments. Definitely. Just a moment. Okay. So first of all, I want to cover all these operator. See, let me start the IDLE. Just type in the search IDLE. Okay, this is my IDLE and interactive mode of the IDLE. So 2 plus 4, 2 plus 5, 7. That is, we are using the plus operator. Plus is an addition operator. Plus is an addition operator. Okay. Similarly, 10 minus 5. This is my subtraction operator. Now listen carefully. 7 divided by 2. This is my division operator. It will provide the quotient in the fractional part, in the decimal part. 3.5. 3.5. 1 second. I have done the commitment of taking everything from starting. So from the very basic point of view, I am running. Okay. So 2, 3s are 6, and the remainder is 1. 0.0, 2 5s are 10, and the remainder is 0. So 3.5 is a complete answer, including the integer part and fractional part. But I don't want the fractional part. I don't want the fractional part. I only want the integer part. I don't want the fractional part. So for that, we can go with the floor division. So 7 /2. This is the floor division in Python. It will only produce the integer part, not including the fractional or decimal part. So it will produce the 3 answer. All right. Hope you understand between the division and the floor division. All right. After that, modulus operator. Modulus operator means 7 modulus 2. So after dividing the 7 with 2, it will produce the remainder, and the remainder will become 1. Absolutely. Remainder means 7 and 2, 3s are 6, and this is called a remainder. So it will produce the remainder actually. Okay. Now, can you please tell me 2 * 3? It will produce the 2 to the power 3. That is 8. Understand? 2 to the power 3. 2 into 2 into 2 is equal to 8. Understand? This is called exponential operator. Exponential operator. Okay, I think I've covered all the operator. Okay, plus minus. Multiply, it's very simple. You know that 10 multiplied by 2 is equal to 12. Either we can perform this calculation on the constant values, and we can also perform this calculation on the variable. How? Suppose A is equal to 10 and B is equal to 20. So there are two values which are stored in the variable A and B. Here, 1 second please. A is 10 and B is 20. Now we can perform our calculation on the basis of operator on variable. No problem. Just a moment. A multiply B. Not 10 multiply 20 is equal to 200. No problem. And A divided by B is 0.5. And A double divided by B, no problem, 0. Okay. And A minus B, answer is minus 10. Okay, no problem. Now the second most important thing is that operator we have covered. Now second most important thing is that operator precedence. Okay, which operator is having the high precedence and which operator is having the low precedence. Okay, so I just want to discuss one thing, that is the operator precedence. It is very important. Okay, so these operators, and what are the precedence of operator? So precedence of operator in Python. All right. So सबसे high, the very high precedence of the operator is bracket. Top bracket is the most high precedence. Then after that, double asterisk. Then after that, asterisk slash. Let me 1 second. Just I cut it here and pasting in this area. Okay, asterisk, double asterisk, first of bracket, then double asterisk, then a slash, asterisk, double slash, modulus. Asterisk slash, asterisk slash, double asterisk, modulus. These are all having the same precedence. Having the same precedence. Okay, understand? This is a bracket, this is the exponential operator, and these are all the operators having the same precedence. Understand? And after that, plus and minus. All right. Suppose in any expression there are the multiple operators are involved, then how the expression will be evaluated? Okay. For example, I just want to give you a small task. Okay, you have to do 6 multiply 3 plus 4 double asterisk 2 double slash 5 and minus 8. Now, how this expression will be evaluated? This expression will be evaluated according to the precedence of operator. So, which operator having the high precedence? Exponential is having the high precedence. So, first of all, this portion will be calculated. So, just give me 1 second. Okay. Now, I just want to calculate 6 multiply 3 plus 4 to the power 2. Yani 4 to the power 2, that means 16. Understand? Then double slash and 5 minus 8. Now after that, which operator will be evaluated first? Now this is the biggest confusion, because asterisk is there and double slash is also there, and asterisk and double slash having the same precedence. So when the two operators comes with the same precedence, then we will go towards the associativity. Associativity. When in any expressions two operators comes with the same priority, with the same precedence, then we will solve according to the associativity. Associativity of all the operator is from left to right. So we will check this expression from left to right. Which operator is coming first will be evaluated first. So asterisk is coming first, so will be evaluated asterisk. So 6 into 3, 18. Then plus, then 16, double slash 5 and minus 8. Now you can see that the double slash is having the high precedence. So 16 divided by 5. Then how much? 16 divided by 5 will be the answer 3. 5 3s are 15 and the remainder will become 1. All right. So 18 plus 16 double slash 5 is 3 minus 8. Now there are two operator and plus and minus, and plus and minus both having the same precedence, but from left hand side plus is coming first, so I will evaluate it first plus then minus. So 21 minus 8 will produce 13 answer. Sir, can you please check this expression in IDLE, so we will be ensured that our calculation is correct or not? Sure. I just want to copy this expression. In the IDLE, you will get directly 13 answer. These steps will not be appear in the IDLE. So I am explaining these steps calculation here. Then you will be better understand. Now this is actually, let me take a fresh IDLE. Just a moment, please. This is a fresh IDLE. I am just pasting this expression here and pressing the enter. Now you can see that the 13 answer is coming. And this expression is evaluating according to the precedence of the operator and according to the associativity. Okay. So just a moment. I want to write one line. These are very important points. These are very important points. I just want to write one line. I want to clear all this. Taking the print screen and sending in your group. Okay, fine. Now, let me clear all this, and I'm just writing the few important points. Okay, okay. See, expression are evaluated according to the precedence of operator. Okay. Second point, if two or more than two operators are coming with the same precedence, then expression will be calculated on the basis of associativity. Associativity. Mostly all the operators having the associativity left to right, except exponential. Except exponential. Exponential is only the operator having the associativity from right to left. Right to left. Okay. Yes, we have taken the associativity from left to right. Understand? But only there is a one operator exponential. It is having the associativity from right to left. Okay. All operator having associativity from left to right. Okay. Exponential is having associativity right to left. I just want to prove it. 2 double asterisk 2 double asterisk 3. Okay. It will be evaluated like that. Like that. Understand? Okay. Left to right in expression. In the precedence table, I have created this precedence table. High precedence is bracket. Second high precedence is exponential operator. And these are having the same precedence. Asterisk, slash, asterisk, double slash, and modulus having the same precedence. Understand? And plus and minus having the same precedence. When the same precedence operator involved in any expression, then the expressions are calculated or evaluated on the basis of associativity. For example, I just want to take a small example again. Wait, see. 2 multiply 3 divided by 2. Understand? A small expression. Now you can see that the asterisk and slash having same precedence. Asterisk, slash, asterisk, double slash, and modulus having same precedence. But both the same precedence are operators are coming at the same time. So which operator will be evaluated first? Now I will evaluate this expression from left to right. So from left hand side, asterisk is there first. So 2 into 3, 6, then divided by 2 is equal to answer is 3. Understand? Let me copy this piece of code and pasting in this area, and you will get the answer 3.0. And my answer is coming 3 because I have used the slash operator, and slash operator gives the answer in fractional or decimal. Understand? Instead of slash, suppose I've used double slash, then it will produce the answer 3. Let me copy this and pasting it will produce only 3. Thank you. You understand? That's great. Okay, now, can you please, this is the most important question asked in interview. 2 double asterisk 2 double asterisk 3. So this is the exponential operator and it always evaluated from right to left. So first of all, 2 to the power 3 will be calculated like that. Then the answer of the 2 to the power 3 will be the power of this 2. So 2 to the power 3 is 8. 2 to the power 3 is 2 to the 4 to the 8. So now first level 2 asterisk 2 asterisk 3. Now this portion will be calculated first. So one more asterisk will be there, sorry. Double asterisk and 2 to the power 3, that means 8. Not 2 to the power 8 will be the final answer. Just a moment, I just want to write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So 2 to the 4, 4 to the 8, to the 16, to the 32, 32 to the 64, 64 to the 128. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One more. 128 into 2, 256. So the answer of this should be 256. Absolutely correct. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Very good. So the operator part is over. There are some more operators in the Python apart from mathematical or arithmetic operator. Membership operator is there. Identity operator is there. Logical operators are there. Comparison operators are there. Bitwise operators are there. We will cover one by one. Don't worry. Okay. So I just want to clear all this. Now, suppose I'm just moving towards the programming portion. 12. Understand? And b is equal to 24. All right. And suppose I'm writing print a plus b, then what will be the answer?
Sir, it just concatenate 12 and
It will
24.
concatenate, very good. 12 to 4 will be the answer. Understand? 12 to 4 will be the answer. Because strings never calculate. Strings always concatenated. Not only in Python, in almost all the programming languages, plus behave as a concatenation operator when it comes between the string. All right. But I want the calculation like 24 plus 12, 4 to 6, 2, 1, 3, 36. 36. So for that, I have to write down like that. int a plus int b. What we are doing, this is a very important step for starting the programming. Okay. int a means I am converting a into integer. This is called typecasting. Typecasting, the definition of the typecasting is to convert one predefined data type into another predefined data type is called typecasting. So 12 will be converted into integer. Now a is 12 in the string form, it will be converted into integer. B is in the form of a string, but it will be converted into integer. $36 should be the answer. All right. You understand. Okay. Now, my question is that, sir, these are things we have understand, but we immediately want to start programming. How to start the programming in Python? There are several ways. We can start the programming in script mode of IDLE. Understand, this is the first easiest way to start the programming in the script mode of IDLE. This is called typecasting. We have done the typecasting. A string is converting into integer is called typecasting. Okay? Or you can also say type conversion. A script mode is a mode in which we start our programming. Script mode is that mode in which we start programming. This is not programming, my dear student. Redmi 9 is trying to write something. Okay, no problem. Okay, this is not a programming actually. We are just checking some statements, expressions, and function. But this is not a programming. Programming means sequence of a statement should be executed one by one. Sequence of statement should be executed one by one. Wait. Now be careful how to start programming. Just go to the file. Let me magnify. Okay, before that, the data management, there are two types of work. There are two ways to do the work. One professional do the work and one unprofessional do some work. So how the professional way to start the programming? Just go to parallelly I am replying the answers. Okay. Just someone is asking, sir, script mode is the ladder of specific programming. Yeah, you can say that. You can say that. Okay. Okay, time is getting over. Okay, 1 second. So let me take it. This PC. Just go to this PC. In the D drive, I'm just making a folder. These are very easy task. New folder. Okay, because I want to store my all the programs. I'm expecting around 200 to 300 programs. Python International Programming. This is the name of my folder. You can write down the same name in your PC or laptop or whatever you think it is better, you can take the name, no problem. So this is my folder and I want to put and store all the program in this folder. And this folder, Python International Programming, is created inside a D drive. Understand? I just want to close it. That's it. Fine. And now let me down the magnification. Fine. Now this is my IDLE. Just go to the file and go to the new file. This is the first option of the file menu. Hope you all are with me. This is your script mode. In the script mode, you will not get a 3 triple sign. Understand? 3 triple sign is indication that you are in interactive mode. And if you are not getting 3 greater sign, that means you are in script mode. Now, First of all, I want to save this file, but I have to write something. Hash. Hash means we are just doing the comment. First Python program. The first Python program of any programming language is very important. So my first Python program. Let me save this. Where I will save this program? I will save this program on the same directory which I have created in the D drive, Python International. So in the D drive, let me choose Python International Programming. Just I have selected, just double click on this. Now this directory is opened. Now you have to give any legal better name. So first I have given the first. This is the name of my program. .py. Py is the extension of Python files. Should I repeat this statement again? Cancel it. I just cancel it. Once again, file, save, go to D drive, select the Python International Programming folder. Let me check. This is Python International Programming folder. Now the folder is selected. I just want to give the name of my first program file, first.py. That's it. And click on save button. My file is saved inside that directory. All right. Now let me write something. That's it. I have written the two statement. Understand? Take it. Let me run this program. After writing something in your programming file, you have to run this. So run module. Run module option present in the run to run or execute this program. Just I am clicking this. It is asking to save this file. Okay, sure. Just click on OK. Now, where is my output? This is the output. Understand? This is my first program. Just checking the script mode. After that, we will do some more program. This output is coming from my programming file. We have started the program. All right. Just I want to down the magnification. Close it. Understand? Let me close this and I want to run once again. Absolutely fine. This output is coming on the output always come on the interactive mode. Okay. Now I want to do a small calculation. Just a small calculation. A is equal to 10, B is equal to 20, and C is equal to A plus B, and P is equal to A asterisk B. A small calculation. And print C. Instead of C, I just want to take some meaningful variable and P. So let me write down sum. And P is for product. Now sum and product will be appear on the screen. So sum is 10 plus 20 is 30 and 10 into 20 is 200. Let me save this file and I just want to run. Now you can see that 30 is coming due to the addition and 200 is coming due to the product. Means all the statements are executing one by one because I have written in the scripting mode as a comma, as a program. All right. Understand? Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Any doubt or confusion?
No, sir.
Yeah, everything is clear so far.
Okay, if you have any problem, you can write your query. I will immediately reply. Okay, now how to take the input from user. Okay, there is a built-in function called input to take the input from user. But input function always take the input in the form of a string. In the form of a string. Okay, so we need to typecast. 1 second. Can you please rejoin for 10 minutes? 10-15 minutes, can you please rejoin? Because the time of this meeting is almost over.
Okay, sir.
Please rejoin. See, look at the output is coming. Once again, I want to run this program. And you have to identify some shortcomings, some incompleteness in this program. See, output is coming perfectly, I understand. Programming is a subject for intelligent people. Okay, 30 is coming and 200 is coming. But if we don't know about the source code, any third person will difficult to understand what is 30 and what is 200. It may be product, it may be average, it may be mean, medium, it may be anything. The answer is coming, but it is not clear form. The answer is not coming in a clear form. So I just want to change the format. I want to do some formatting. Suppose someone is producing the food, but not in a presentation manner. So just a moment, please. Let me change. I want to display something before the sum. Total sum, comma, sum. The product is comma. So whatever I have written inside the double inverted commas will be displayed as it is on screen. And whatever I have written without double inverted commas, the value of the sum will be displayed, which is calculated and stored inside the sum. Now let me save and run it. Now the output is coming in a better manner. This one is sum and this one is a product. Hope you understand. So always we have to display the output with some statement. What output is coming? What is 30? What is 200? It is very much clear. Now the drawback of this program is that every time if I run this program 1000 times, it will produce the same output. It will produce the same output. Yes. What is comment actually? What is the definition of comment? Write down in your copy, comments are the non-executable statement. Understand? So if any statement is starting with the hash sign, this is hash sign. So this line will be treated as comment. Understand? Now this line will be written inside a program, but it will not execute. I don't want to execute these lines. So just put a comment. Hash. Now this is my first program will not execute. Just checking the script mode will not execute because we are making this line as a comment and the comment never execute. Let me save it and run it. Now you can see only sum and product is coming, and all three starting lines are not coming because I have made them as a comment. You understand how to write multi-line
Yes, sir.
comments? Okay, this is called a single line comment. And how to write the multi-line comments? I just want to make them multi-line comment. So multi-line comments always started with triple single inverted commas. 1, 2, 3. Triple single inverted commas, and I just want to write triple single inverted commas here. Now, whatever the statement are coming between triple single inverted commas open and triple single inverted commas closing will be treated as comment. Let me save it and run it. All right. Do you understand the difference between single line comments and multi-line comments? Hope you understand. Docstring is basically another category of the description actually. Suppose we want to describe something, my project, my program. So we basically use whenever we develop the project, we will discuss about the docstring also. And docstring is not the correct or appropriate situation to discuss. We will discuss after some time. Understand? Is another category of description actually. Okay, Mohammed Tariq? We will discuss everything, but let them come on the right position. Okay, 1 second. Suppose I just remove this triple line closing and putting here. Then can you please tell me what output will come?
Sir, nothing will come.
Nothing will come. Very good. Because I have made all the statement as a comment.
Yes, sir.
No output is coming. Understand? The purpose of the comment is make for labeling, for documentation, so the another programmer will understand on the basis of comments that what exactly the program is. I'm just removing all this. Now, so the drawback of this program, it will produce every time same output. 30, 200, 30, 200, 30, 200, 30, 200, 30, 200. Now, this is a calculator I have created. Okay, I always give the live example. And this calculator is X. And it is calculating 2 plus 4. Only 2 plus 4. I have developed this calculator, is it only calculated 2 plus 4. No other number this calculator can calculate. It is only designed for 2 plus 4. And this is my Y calculator. It can calculate any two number of the world. Either we can add 2 plus 4, we can add 6 plus 8, we can add 9 plus 10, no problem. So which calculator will be popular or famous more, this one or this one?
Y calculator.
Why? Why? Because this calculator is being on generalize. So my program right now is just like this calculator. And I want to make my program like Y calculator. So for making my program just like the Y calculator, we have to involve the input statements. Input statement. Whatever we give to the computer is called input, and whatever the computer revert to me is called output. Okay, so let me erase all this thing, deleted. First, write a program to input two number, print sum and product. Okay, so how to take the input from user? A is equal to input, and inside input I am just writing a statement, enter first number. Okay, and B is equal to input, please maintain Silence. Mute all. Second number. Okay. This is a procedure to take the input from the user. Okay. Now, sum is equal to a plus b and p is equal to a into b. Now I want to display the result. Before that, I want to only sum, not product. Print the sum is comma sum. Okay. Okay, just I want to save this program and I want to run this program. So my program is asking the first number. So I have given the first number 4. Now my program is asking the second number. I have given the 6. Can you please tell me, I will give you the 5 marks, what output will come? As a sum, as a summation, what output will come? Tell me fast.
Output will be 10.
What output will come?
Output should be 10.
Should be? You can type
Should be
your
10.
You can type your answer. Anybody agree with the 10 answer?
Sir, repeat the question because my net was.
What will be the output? We are just doing the calculation of 4 and 6 sum. So can we expect 10 answer?
No, sir, because sir, it is a it will take the value as a string.
No error will come. Josan, no error will come. The answer will come.
Yes,
And
yes, sir.
46 answer will come. See. Why?
Sir, because it take the value as a string and it only concatenated both the
Now
values.
please read down this line. There is a built-in function called input to take the input from the user. But input function always take the input in the form of a string. Understand? A string. A string. And a string always concatenated, not calculate. But sir, I want calculate. I want calculate. So for that, we have to do something. What we have to do? Int A, int B. Now we are converting A into integer and B into integer. Now the answer will become 10. Absolutely. Let me run this code. 4 and 6. I have not cleared the screen. You can compare with this output and this output. Yes. Yes. Now hope you understand. Hope you understand. This
Yes,
is
sir.
producing the string concatenation. This is producing the calculation. So int is used to convert any data type into integer. I'm trying to explain. I'm trying to do my best. I'm trying to do my best to explain you everything. But this is not the best practice to do. We never do the calculation like that. Okay? We will do the calculation in the another way. This is not the way. This is not the proper way actually. I will not go with it. Understand? I want to do something like that. Whenever the user will input something, immediately it should be converted into integer. Then I will put int here and then put a bracket and closing the bracket here. Then again I will do the int here and will do the bracket and put a bracket here. Okay, now please understand this statement. Now it's a very good example. So enter first number input. Now the input will be 2 in a string format. And this int will convert this in string 2 will be in the int and then store in A. And the second statement 4 will be input in a string format. This int will convert this 4 into numeric or integer, will store in B. Understand? Now the same output we will receive, and this is the most appropriate statement. Let me run this. 4 plus 6, 10. Hope you understand. Do you understand? Let me again run it.
Yes, sir.
No problem. Yes, sir, clear. Okay. Thank you so much. Now, I have created one important sheet for doing the practice. Okay. So I will circulate in the batch and you will have to do the practice of all the questions and how to do that. But 1 second. After completing the okay. After completing the programs, write down on copy and convert into PDF and send to me. Thanks, Tariq. Thank you so much. You understand? It is very important for me.
Yes, sir.
And please believe me, I will explain you every topic in this manner. Loopings, database connectivity, file handling, everything. Thanks to all of you.